Cheers, buddy. Yeah.
Boy.
Welcome back to 4 AM Radio. We got a lot to talk about.
We're back.
We got a lot to talk about.
A whole lot to talk about.
Yeah. 4 AM's been through a lot. We've been through a lot of changes. And just a lot internally, externally. First thing being that, it's just us two now. Blymar and Robin, we're just moving forward with 4 AM, just us two. And yeah, I mean, that's one major change.
For now. I want 4 AM to grow. You want 4 AM to grow.
Of course, that was the whole idea from the beginning.
So it's just for now. I'm excited for the new changes coming up.
Yeah,
I'm excited for the next phase of 4 AM.
New era. Hey, new era.
Because your hat.
And your hat too, technically.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, yeah. So new era 4 AM. We're starting off a little different, and let's talk about it, bro.
Look, man, I'm thinking this new era, more collaborations, more music videos.
Yep.
More music,
more content.
More content, bro. Yeah. I feel like in these last 2 years, we have not released enough. Yeah. We have not talked enough. Our fans don't know what's going on.
They have no idea.
You guys are gonna find out soon. Yeah. Everything that's going on. It's been a crazy year and a half.
Yeah, it has.
I think we've been struggling a lot internally. There was a lot of creative blocks, a lot of motivation that we lost. But I think we're back. I think we're back in a good place.
I think so. Yeah. I think now that we're in this new era, we feel like a whole new sense of inspiration.
You know what? No. You said it felt like 2019 again.
I did say that.
You did say that.
I've said that a couple times this year.
Yeah.
Feels like 2019. It does. I can't explain it.
Elaborate that though. What does that mean? Because they're not gonna know what 2019 was.
Yeah. Well, 2019 was a good time. It was a good time. It was a bad time. I mean, 2019 was a crazy year for me personally. It was crazy for me because that's when we started 4 AM.
Yeah.
And mind you, 2019 4 AM was like my first time ever actually doing anything with music. I'd make beats before. I was more of a producer back then. But I was never really out there with my music.
Yeah.
4 AM was the first time, 2019 was the first time that I actually put myself out there. And not only as a producer, but also as an artist.
Did your friends know you made music?
My friends knew, yeah. My friends knew I made music. They knew I made beats. All my friends knew I made beats.
Did they like them?
I never really showed it to them. Well, I showed them a little bit, and they did like them.
Fake friends.
Hey, man, what you trying to say?
I kept it real with you. I said your first couple beats weren't the best.
Well, look, man.
You've improved. Yeah. I've told you before. Look, bro, you're not going to gain anything from me saying that they were fire.
That's true.
Fake friends.
Yeah, I was at a completely different stage of my musical career.
Yeah.
Right? I want to call it, I was still in my early stages. And the fact that I didn't really know that my beats weren't that good is because I never really had anybody tell me that.
You also didn't have that many people you didn't have that many artists. Yeah.
Right. I didn't have a lot of people that were telling me
making music.
That were making music, that were invested in art as an artist themselves. I had no one, right? So it wasn't until you told me this shit's kind of ass, and I was like,
well, I didn't tell you until later. I didn't tell you right away.
Bro, that shit just struck. But it made sense, and I was like, you know what? I am kind of ass right now. Let me switch it up. But yeah, no. So 2019 was a crazy year for me, artistically, musically, because that happened. I was going through a lot personally. So it was like a wave of emotions, bro. It was like highs and hella lows. So this year, there was a lot of moments where I was like, it feels like 2019. It feels like what I felt back then, where I was super happy in some moments and super sad in some other moments. Yeah. So that's what I meant by that. I mean, what you think?
Yeah, no, I agree. It does feel like 2019. For me, it's more like the hunger.
Yeah.
I'm hungry again.
Yeah.
I'm hungry again. I want this more than I did last year or the year before that. I feel like this year, bro, I feel like this year we found a new drive that we've I don't think we've ever tapped into this level of drive. Yeah. Before it was like, bro, I just want to make music.
Yeah.
It was that. This year, I feel like, at least personally, I feel more like I want to grow.
Yeah.
I want to grow. I want to make the best music I've ever made.
Yeah.
I want to make 4 a.m. the biggest it's ever been.
Yeah.
I'm just ready for growth.
Yeah. I think we found like a new source of inspiration.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know what that source is.
I don't know either. I don't know
but
what
like something was like, you know what? Because we went through a dull moment. 2021. And
there was a point where I think we all wanted to like just be done.
Quits. Yeah, and there was a lot of moments where we were very, very, very close to like, you know, stopping 4 a.m. I feel like a new inspiration, and I know you do too. Yeah. And I love that because we're both, I feel like, on the same page, and we want to just like, I don't know, man. We just want to do something crazy with 4 a.m. And I feel like we can do it because, like I said, like we're both on the same page, and we both feel that like drive that we haven't felt in the last, I feel like 2 years. Since the end of 2020, like I haven't really felt what I feel right now since the beginning of 2020. Since the beginning of 4 a.m. Sorry. So yeah, this is a crazy feeling because I miss this feeling.
Yeah.
Because it makes me feel motivated. It makes me feel like I can do something crazy right now.
Obviously, we can't go back, right?
Right.
But if you could go back to 2019 Blymar, what would you tell him?
Back to 2019.
What would you tell him? Like, let's say post show.
That was before I even chose the name Blymar.
You're right. What were you? JR.
I was just JR. Yeah, that's my producer name.
Yeah, your production name. Yeah. Producer name, my bad.
Yeah, no, you good.
2019 post show. So like, late December. Late December.
Yeah.
What would you tell that Blymar?
Honestly, well, that's interesting. I would tell him, that's a hard question.
It's tough, bro, because at the same time, like one part of me is like, I want to tell him everything.
Yeah.
But another part of me is like, you need to learn, bro.
Exactly.
Like you have to go through the experiences, or else you're not gonna.
You have to fail.
We wouldn't be the artists we are now.
No, hell no.
Probably wouldn't be friends. I don't know.
What would I tell 2019 Blymar? 2019 Blymar was like a different person. So.
Yeah.
And I was thinking a lot of different things.
I just got like.
What?
Like flashbacks of 2019.
Yeah.
And you're right. Like it was just.
We were completely different people. You know, we were in different stages of our lives. We were just
want to have fun.
We just want to have fun, man. And
it was all about fun, bro. That's sad.
Yeah, no.
Hey, my bad.
Why is it all about fun, but it was sad?
It's sad because I don't feel like it's all about fun anymore. But go back to you. I want to hear what you have to say. We'll get to that. Keep it up to you. My bad.
No, yeah. I think for the most part, I would just see. That's the thing, though. It's hard to tell 2019 Blymar, giving them advice or tell them something different, because I feel like I'm telling that to myself right now. Part of me still feels like the 2019 Blymar and 2022 Blymar are still part of it. Part of us, part of me, is still the same person. Part of it, right? Because like what I would tell Blymar is, I feel like, was something that I'm telling myself right now. So I could go back to 2019 and be like, don't give up on this. Don't give up on 4 a.m. You're going to go through some stuff personally within 4 a.m., whatever. And there's going to be a lot of moments where you feel like you want to give up. Don't. Right? And I feel like that's what I'm telling myself right now.
Jeez.
With all the stuff that we've gone through.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I need to tell myself that. I'm like, hey, look, we need to continue 4 a.m. I think something special can happen. And I'm telling that to 2019, but I'm also telling that to myself right now. And that's why like I feel like this newfound motivation and inspiration. Like I feel like something can happen. I feel like we can do something. And that's just how I feel. I don't know.
That's so cool. That's so cool. You saying all that reminded me of this like new trend that's happening on TikTok.
Like what?
Where it's like a person will be like, I hate that it's taking me 40 days to complete the song. Right? And then it does like this little thing, like it's like a song.
Yeah.
And then it's like a picture of them as a kid. And the kid's like, we make songs, you know, and it's like that's what that hit me. Yeah, it's like
that's cool.
It's crazy because it's like
I felt that
it hit right. It's like, you know, I think, you know, I think about what you said right now, and I think about what I would say to my younger self, and I'm like, I think my younger self would be like, wow, you guys have 1 point something million plays.
Yeah,
like that's cool, bro.
Yeah,
like my young self would be like, what are you complaining about?
Yeah,
bro?
You made it.
Like that's bigger than anything I could have imagined.
Exactly.
But it's tough, bro. It's tough to always look at it like that.
It's tough because even though we have like that success, right? 1 point something million streams, right? Even though we've gone to that, like it's like it's a happy place and it's a good thing. But we went through a lot to get to that point. So for us, as right now, who we are right now, we don't feel that super success that we feel like our younger selves would be like, bro, 1.2, 1.3 million streams overall. Like, I couldn't even imagine like 100 people listening to me, you know? And it's like, so thinking back, like, you're like, man, I would have thought so many crazy things. But right now you think of it like, yeah, it happened. But, you know, almost to like at what cost almost, you know?
Yeah. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. I can go back. I could talk to Robin. 2019 Robin. I don't know, man. I mean, I'm so happy with a lot of things that I have now.
Yeah.
But I'm like, damn, bro. Like, I wish I could have been better prepared for some things.
Yeah.
I feel like in the last few years, a lot of things have hit me like a brick. And it's been really, really tough on my like mental health. Like, you know, it just, I don't know, bro. Like, there's just some things where I'm like, I wish I was just better prepared. So if anything, I don't know, maybe I would give myself a little pep talk. Like, hey, bro, come on, man. Bro.
Yeah. You know what? Now that you bring that up, that is something that, like the whole mental health thing, that's something that I feel like is completely new to me.
I remember when we first started.
Right.
It was so like...
Yeah, you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I was a little...
Keep it a buck.
Yeah, I don't even know what the word is. Like, I guess ignorant. I was ignorant to what, like...
That's a good word to use.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like, in 2019, 2020, I was a little ignorant in terms of, like...
Like, what are these fools talking about?
What are you talking about? Like, how are you anxious? Like, what? Why?
Bro,
like, anxiety.
Turn your computer off.
Bro, that's exactly how I felt. And... I wasn't like, I feel like I wasn't really disrespectful towards people, but I was more like in my head, I was like, come on, man, like it's not that serious, right? End of 2021, most of this year, I've experienced that. And I had never experienced that before in my life. So I think mental health was like a huge wake-up call to me. Like understand, I feel like I have a whole new understanding and a whole new respect for people that deal with that constantly. Because I don't deal with it as constantly, but I do deal with it sometimes now that I've never dealt with it before. And I'm like, man, I don't like this. This is not fun, you know? So I guess I could go back into, 2019 Blymar. Like, look, man, you're going to go through some things. You're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to be fine. Just, I know it's hard, but just, stay strong. Because that shit it's not fun to go through that shit, bro. It's not. And, yeah, I don't know. That's you brought that up and I just thought about that.
I think the coolest part about who we are, though, is that even though we do go through all these, these emotions and we have experienced like anxiety and maybe some form of depression, right?
Yeah.
I think the coolest part about being who we are is that we get to express that in a way that others don't. Maybe we can't find the right words to explain it. Like maybe we can't say, hey, bro, I'm sad or something like that.
Yeah.
But like in our music, I feel like it translates so beautifully.
Yeah.
Because even if we don't, like, let's say you felt hella sad in March of 2020, right? September 2020, or making a song, you tap into that emotion. It's like, sure, I felt it months ago, but you know what? I'm ready to release it.
Yeah.
And it goes on the track and it feels hella good.
Yeah.
Some of our coolest, like, or at least for me, some of our coolest tracks are the ones where you could almost feel the emotion. When I did, what song was that? Anoche. I love that song because I felt like I put something in there that I can't even tell you what it is.
Yeah.
But when I hear that song and I hear my vocal performance,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I did my shit. I did my shit, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I put something in this song that I don't even know where it came from. But, you know, like I said, bro, it's just something that only we could do as artists.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm thankful. I'm thankful for all the experiences.
Yeah. I mean, like, you know, like we said, like we've gone through a lot as 4am individually and as 4am. And honestly, there's a lot of things that I would change, but there's a lot of things that, as hard as it was, I wouldn't change because that's made us who we are. It's allowed us to grow in areas that I felt at the time I didn't need to grow in. I wouldn't change those experiences because it's made us who we are. And I feel like now more than ever, I'm pretty confident in myself as an artist. And let me take that back. I'm pretty confident in myself as an artist in 4am. I still have a lot of growing up to do as an individual artist as Blymar, right? As of right now, I've only released one song. I'm working on the second one. Second one's I feel like it's gonna come out if I don't.
Tell them how long you've been working on it.
If I don't doubt myself, look,
Tell them
man,
how long.
Look, I got the song coming out, right? It's called Por lo tanto. It's in Spanish. And I first started this song, I feel like, when was it? Well, it was like in the summer. I think it was like July of 2021.
Gotta be.
I think it was like July of 2021. And so or August. And so it's been over a year. And I feel like I finished the song maybe like 8 months ago.
Give or take.
Give or take, right? 8 months ago. But I have yet to release it because I'm not confident in who I am as an artist outside of 4am. And I feel like that's something that is like a negative, right? Because I feel like as artists, 4am Collective is, when we made it, it was meant for us to use it as a platform to help us grow individually. 4am Collective was supposed to be more like a record label. It was supposed to be more like just a collective of artists. And we kind of made it like, we made it into a group. And it kind of became like I don't know what word to use. It became my, like, I need 4am to succeed.
You're codependent on it.
I became so codependent on 4am, and not only because like quality of the audio wise, because I mix the songs. Yeah. Like I mix the songs and I record and all that stuff, but I became codependent on like 4am's like opinion of me and opinion of how I should sound. I use you a lot in terms of like, how should I record this? Like, how can I record my tone? Like, how should I sound? I use you a lot in lyrics. Like, does this sound cool? Does this sound okay? Like, I use you a lot. So, like, I feel like I've become so codependent of 4am that I'm confident in myself as in 4am, but I'm not that confident by myself. So, that's why it's taking me so long. And I feel like I have a good song, but I'm just not confident, But, I don't even know how we got here.
I don't think that's necessarily a bad trait.
Okay.
To be, I don't know if the word is codependent, because music is a collaborative process. Yeah. Right? Like you going to me for feedback on lyrics, on sound, whatever it may be. Yeah. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think your own perspective of yourself is the bad thing. Yeah. Because you need that feedback, bro. Like everyone, all of us need that feedback. Yeah. If you were to drop things as I used to do when I was a solo artist, without you guys. Yeah, before 4am. Bro, I record it. Hey, you know what, man? This is cool. Sounds drop this shit. Yeah. Hella off key, hella off beat, whatever. Yeah. I was back in the day. But you need that, bro. Yeah. You need that part. So I don't think that part is a bad thing. Yeah. I think the bad thing is being in your head, bro. Like that's your biggest weakness. That's my biggest weakness. Being in your head. Bro, I'm in my own head all the time, bro. But I don't think that's just like on my own. I feel like that's a thing that a lot of artists go through. Bro, everyone. Yeah. Right? I'm sure even the greats go through that. Yeah. Drake has said that he be in his head about his shit. He's like, what did he say? I think he was talking about how he's a perfectionist and he wants to make sure that everything sounds good and his lyrics are hitting hard and all this other stuff. I think we all go through that, but at one point you have to stop yourself. Yeah. At one point during the process of making a song, you have to tell yourself like, stop, bro. Yeah. Like this is good. This is fine. Yeah. Drop it. I think you're in a better place.
Yeah.
I think when we first started making music, you were hyper aware of all the little things in the song. You're like, bro, like my voice didn't bend at this degree. You know, or like I don't know, something about the sound was just not sitting well with you. But at this point, I feel like you've grown.
Yeah.
To the point where you're like, you know what? It is what it is.
Yeah. Well, mind you, before 4 a.m., like, I had never done that. I was never on a track. I think I was on a track.
I beg to differ.
Why?
I beg to differ. I think something about Real Madrid. We won't tell nobody. We don't got to tell the story. I'm just saying I beg to differ. There's something out there that might leak in 2052 or something.
You had mentioned how you sounded before 4 a.m.
Yeah.
I remember specifically when we met, and I honestly, right off the bat, I thought you sounded hella cool. Right off the bat. Right? In terms of, like, you had a cool voice. I thought, like, you made cool songs. Obviously, I could hear, like, the imperfections, the errors and stuff like that. But I was like, oh, you have a really cool voice. Like, whatever. And I was looking at you as, like, a producer. I wasn't thinking of you as an artist, me as an artist, because I wasn't an artist. I was more just a producer. But I remember the first time we were making music, a song together, and it was, like, 5 of us in the room. And I was looking at your process, and you didn't give a fuck, man. You didn't give a damn about the tempo of the song, the key you was in. And I remember I looked at you, I was like, I was like, because you opened up a new project. Yeah. The standard BPM was a 120. Yeah. And I knew the song wasn't in 120, and you just threw it on there. And I was like,
said something.
Yeah, I did. I said, I looked at you and I was like, You're not going to change the BPM? Like,
I don't think you said it like that, though.
Oh, I didn't say it like that.
You probably said it quieter.
I think I said, I was like, are you... I don't know how I said it, but I was just like, are you not going to change the BPM, essentially? And you were like, no, I just do it like this. And I was like, okay. And I was like, that doesn't make sense to me.
I have a mental note. Just remind me to go back to that.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. I remember that, and I was like, okay, you need some work. Like, you need work in terms of, like, the technical stuff. Yeah. You always knew what you were doing artistically, but you need to work technically. And I feel like my shit was the other way around. Like, I had my shit technically, but I needed to work artistically. And that's what you helped me with. And I feel like, but go back to your mental note.
I mean, I was just going to say, you know, I never really focused on the BPM. Ever.
Yeah, I noticed.
All my songs were at that default. What is it? 120? All my songs are at 120 BPM. Yeah. First performance I had was in Oakland. Yeah. Right? It was at this club. It was like the New Caribbean, I think. And it was like an EDM night, but they decided to include me as a little hip-hop spot in the middle. Okay. It was cool. I touched my first mic. It was fun. Yeah. Bruh, the DJ was like, hey, man, you know, I loaded it up, and, like, you gave me the beat, and you gave me the one with your vocals on it. They're different BPMs. I'm like... What you mean? Know, man. I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Yeah. Like, what is a BPM? Yeah. Oh my god. That's just a little side note.
I hate you, bro.
But yeah, no. Going back to that night, you know, I know I've told you a little bit of like my perspective that night, and it's pretty cool that like, you know, we can both reflect on the same night. Yeah. But tell a different tale. Yeah. Because you know that was your perspective. My perspective was. I didn't know you. I didn't know anyone in there except for one person. Yeah. Two people, yeah. And one of the people that was there, you were trying to make a song with them. Yeah. Right? And the person that invited me was just kind of just in the room. Well, I just remember walking in. First of all, I didn't think you spoke Spanish. Okay. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
So I walk in and I look at you and I look at the other people and I'm just like, okay, let's just gauge this, you know? Because I wasn't even planning on coming over. They just invited me. And I was hearing you guys make this song. Yeah. And all I could think was, this is terrible. And I think we've talked about this before. Yeah. Probably. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah. But all I could think was, oh, this is terrible. I remember, you know, the guy that was there. I think we did talk about this on another radio.
I don't know.
Point is, that night, I heard the potential in you, but I was like, ooh, like, you're missing something, bro. And it's funny because you felt the same way. Yeah. And, you know, there's a lot of artists I listen to it. I'm like, I see the potential, but there's something missing there.
Yeah.
And now that we're in this position of having a platform, having 4am, I hope that we can now take those experiences and apply them to future artists, where it's like, I hear your potential. Let's polish it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Like let's work on your things.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like. That's what I want for the future of 4am. I want more artists to join us. Right. That's the goal.
That was the goal.
I just want to make people better. And by making people better, I feel like we make us better. Yeah. Because by improving me, I'm sure you improved you.
Exactly. And you work with new people that, I feel like we're just so accustomed to each other. Like, I know how to mix you. Like, I know you know how to like talk me through certain things. Like, you know exactly how to do that, but we don't know how to do that with other people.
It's crazy to think about our evolution of our recording process. We went from that to recording in like mainly my car, sometimes your car. To here. Yeah. To hotels, to here. Which, that wasn't new for me. It was new for you guys. I had been recording in my car since I had a car. Yeah. And then I had been recording in hotels since I could book a hotel. How did it feel for you? Like, because I remember when I first did that with some of the artists I met when I was younger, it'd be like, this is so weird. Yeah. I've talked about this before, but the first time I ever recorded was in my bedroom, right? Yeah. The second times I recorded was in a park.
Yeah, I remember that.
Then I elevated to recording in my car. Eventually recording in here. Yeah. But hotels in here.
Yeah, that's true.
How did you feel? Because I remember a lot of the people telling me like, this is crazy. I'm recording in a car. Yeah. And I'd be like, yeah, it's not really crazy, but yeah.
I didn't think it was crazy in terms of like, this is weird. I thought it was more crazy in terms of like, this is how you start. And I was like, I made that leap. So I'm like, I'm starting. And I thought it was cool. I was like, okay, cool. Like, we're actually doing this. And because at the time, like, I didn't have, I didn't make my room a spot for us to record or for me to record or anybody to record. So being the fact that we were in your car recording, like to me, I was like, okay, this is how everybody starts. Like I was excited. I was very, very excited. And I thought it was cool. And I think that recording in your car, a lot of times you capture a different emotion. You capture a different feeling. Yeah. Because you feel different. Like being in a room, it's cool because it's a more controlled environment. Yeah. You can do certain things. In a car, you're a little more compact, and you kind of like, I'm gonna do what I can. Yeah. And that kind of gives you a different like feeling. It's kind of like, okay, like, well, I'm fighting for what I want, and I'll go as far as to record in someone's car if I want it, and it kind of gives you a different motivation, whatever. And it's cool too because sometimes you can just go wherever you want. You can go to like,
you can have the view you want.
You can have the view you want. Yeah. You can be in the area that you want, and I think it's a cool experience.
In theory. Because go ahead.
Why? I don't know why.
Well, I was gonna say, bro, like when I would record alone, it was so tough to find a good spot. Yeah, I would have like, especially when I was alone, bro. I don't know why. Like, I'd have, like, security guards roll up on me and be like, hey, you can't record here. Or you can't be here. You can't park here. They don't know I'm recording.
What you doing up here,
What you doing here, bro? Like, why are your windows all foggy? Yeah. Bro, I'm telling you, no. Because, look, if you record in your car, it gets foggy. You're talking, bro. It's condensation. I don't know.
Yeah, you're breathing
Science. A lot. Science. So, I'd have that. Yeah. I'd have also just, people walking around, knocking on my window. Yeah, really? It was like really weird.
Normal people, like civilians?
Yeah, like civilians. Yeah, bro. Like I'd have like, what? Yeah, there was like 2-3 times where someone knocked on my window. I would just leave because I'm just like, I'm not dealing with this, bro. Yeah. Just I don't know. Certain places give you like a weird vibe after a while. Yeah. Like for example, I'd be in the parking lot of BART, the one by my house. Yeah. And it was cool. I love that place because it's like a garage parking lot, and it's like I'd be on the top, so it feels cool. Yeah. But then it reaches this like hour of the night, where like I don't know, I'd be there till like 3 a.m. And let's say maybe around like 2 a.m. ish, you just realize no one's awake right now. You know, and it's like, I remember one of my friends, he tried to get into music too, right? It was like a middle school friend.
Yeah.
And I remember him telling me, he's like, you know, bro, like I was recording at like, you know, 11 p.m. at night. And I was like, what am I doing, bro? Like, why am I out here? Like, I should be in my room. Like, and I remember like he said that, and I'm like, bro, if only you knew, bro. Like, I'm out here at like 2 a.m. trying to record a song in this lonely ass garage. And anyways, it just gives you weird feelings.
That's
stuff.
Interesting.
It's kind of
very interesting.
It's kind of spooky, bro.
It is. It is. What songs do you remember that we made in the car? I could think of 3.
I mean, we've talked about Maria.
Maria was the first one.
Maria was the first one. We didn't make a song, but one of the first times I asked you to hop on a beat. I remember I pulled up a beat.
Oh.
Where we got the idea for Maria.
Mm-hmm. That's when I first said Maria.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I have no idea.
We were like just quote unquote freestyling to beats.
Yeah.
And this was one of our first times hanging out alone.
Yeah, it was. I actually remember the first time you asked me to hang out. Mm-hmm. But we'll get to that. Continue.
I remember that. What are the songs?
I can think of. Okay, so Maria obviously was the first one that we made together. You made Space in your car. Mm-hmm. That was a crazy night. Mm-hmm. You made Space. That was the first song that we made together. That wasn't for 4 a.m.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It was for you. It was the first time that we made music, like a song together. Mm-hmm. So that was your song.
Mental Note.
Okay, I got another mental. The other song I can remember is Fantasia. I remember specifically, I recorded my verse of Fantasia in the rooftop of the Hayward parking garage for the Hayward movie theater. We were up there, and I recorded my Fantasia verse. Yeah, that one, and then I remember Tiempo. Tiempo, we went nearby and recorded. I recorded. Actually, no, I got another one after Tiempo. In the same spot, we recorded my hook and verse of Audio Remix.
What spot?
It was like down the block, and then down the block, make a left, and then down 2 blocks over there. Like at the stop, make a left, and you go down 2 blocks. Remember
I don't know.
Well, whatever. But yeah, I remember those songs that we recorded in the car. Going back to my mental note.
Yeah.
I remember the first time that you had asked me to meet up, and it was, and I remember because I thought it was so weird that and you had texted me, you were like, hey, do you have time to meet up? I want to talk to you about something, and I was like,
I said that?
You said something like that, and I was like,
that's weird.
Yeah, mind you, I didn't know you like that. Like I mean, we met,
and
maybe we talked a little bit, but we weren't friends, bro. Like we weren't cool. Like we were just, I just know who you are. So you had texted me and you had said that, and I was like, who else is going? Like I thought it was like a meetup, like of all the people that we were already meeting up with. And you were like, oh, it's just me. And I was like, that's odd, but okay.
Sure.
And I remember we went to, was it the Elephant Bar? We went to the bar area of a restaurant, and I think it was Elephant Bar.
What color was my hair?
It was still black.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the first time, and then I forgot what you had asked me to do. I think you were talking to me about like making music together, but it wasn't, I don't remember. I think that's when you had asked me to make beats a certain way.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I remember.
At all, bro.
I remember.
Wow.
It was weird. Yeah, it was weird. And then I remember you were like, you were driving me because I think you had picked me up. Or we went, I don't remember.
Probably.
Or we met or whatever. But you were saying like, oh yeah, I want to make music. You think you could do these style of beats? And then you sent me a playlist. And then I remember I listened to those songs and those beats, and I was like, okay, let me try to make them more this way. And I would. And then after a while, you were like, okay, let's make a song, or let's make music.
Same night?
It wasn't the same night.
Okay.
Actually, that night specifically, we just hung out to talk. I didn't even bring my laptop. Oh, I did brought my laptop, but we didn't do anything.
How long did we hang out? Just curious.
Maybe like an hour. We were at the restaurant. And we were at the bar area and literally just talking.
That's crazy.
And
I wish I could remember.
I
wish I could remember.
Yeah, it was weird to me because I was like, I don't really know you, but this is kind of weird, but whatever. But I was excited because I was like, in my head at the time, I was like, this guy knows what he's doing. Like, this guy's an artist.
What you trying to say, bro? At the time.
I'm just saying, bro.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. That's crazy, though. That's crazy. I mean, there's so many... Look, man, it's been 3 years, bro. It's been a long time of knowing each other, of making music together. I think now more than ever, we're synced up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think we have very similar influences.
Yeah.
I feel like at this point, we look at music a lot more similarly.
Mm-hmm.
But we still have our own differences in the sense of like, you know, you look at music just slightly more in your lens. I still look at it
different. Yeah.
You know, but we can both appreciate the same things.
Yes.
You know,
I feel like once you point certain things out, I'm like, oh, I see your point. Like, I get it. And I feel like it's the other way around too. Because like, Yeah.
I fully agree. I think one of the things that we've both come to appreciate is cadences. That's been a huge thing in our artistic and personal relationship.
Well, it's funny you say that because that's actually what I feel like is our difference, right? Because, or maybe not so much now, but definitely in the beginning, you would notice more like lyrics, right? And that's why you're so, I feel like you're so good at it. I feel like you're good at lyrics, right?
Lyrical, spiritual, miracle.
You're like, you're pretty good at writing lyrics. So that's why I feel like, so you write your lyrics and I feel like you're really good at it. I have always focused more on melodies. And I don't know why, because growing up as a kid, I would have CDs of like R&B songs. And I remember I was just listening. I was like, man, these melodies are so cool.
Sometimes you be singing shit and I'm like, I don't even know that song, bro.
And that's the thing, like, when like, even now to this day, when new songs come out or whatever, first thing I listen to is how they flow. And that's cadence. Like, how are they hopping on this beat? And that's why I feel like my emphasis has always been more cadence and not lyrics. And that's why I feel like we complement each other, because I feel like we're the opposite of what the other person needs. I feel like I need help with or not help. I mean, I need your input with the lyrics. And I feel like you need my input with cadences. And I feel like now we're like hooked on like cadences because that's what sounds cool, man.
Bro, that's what draws you in.
That's the capture. That's what you capture. Yeah.
Because when people listen to like a song for the first time, typically, it depends on what kind of person you are, obviously, but typically, they listen to the melody first. I know a bunch of people like that, and I didn't focus on that till I met you.
Yeah.
At this point, I do still feel like lyrics are my main priority still.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But I do incorporate more melody, and I try to focus on that too. But that definitely it came from my relationship with you, and it grew throughout the relationship once we both started appreciating cadences in music. Yeah. And we have a list that eventually we're going to discuss on this podcast. Yeah. It's a really important list, I think. I'm excited to discuss it, to dissect it.
What's the list called?
It's called Cadence Gods. Cadence Gods. And if you can't tell off the title, it's like just artists that make the most fire cadences. Yeah, and cadences, for those who don't know, is just a melody. It's the fancy melody. Word. It's a fancy word for melody. It's how you sing a song. But yeah, anyways, that's for another episode. Yeah, no, that sounds exciting. That sounds fun. Yeah, I'm excited to talk about that because it's an ever-growing list. It's constantly developing, and 10 years is going to look different. Way different. Because we have I'm not going to get into it. I almost started. Yeah, no, it's good. We'll get to that. We'll get to that eventually. But yeah, so at this point, I feel like, we do complement each other in that sense. We help each other a lot. Yeah. throughout the process of making music. Going back to the future of 4am.
Yeah.
I'm feeling excited. I'm feeling hopeful of what's yet to come. What is one thing you're looking forward to next year?
Next year
for 4am.
Next year for 4am.
I feel like you're gonna steal mine too.
Nah. Next year, it's hard to say because like what I'm excited for. Yeah, it's unpredictable, and I'm just excited for in general. I can't really say next year. Mm-hmm. I feel like in general, I'm just excited for our new phase of music. Mm-hmm. What we're gonna sound like. Mm-hmm. And like just the direction that we're going in with 4am, how we're gonna collaborate with others, how we're going to just improve 4am as a brand and as a business and as a record label. That's what I'm excited for. I'm excited to collab. I'm excited to push out these new feelings. Yeah, and eventually. Nah, I ain't gonna get there. I feel like that's your shit, so I'm gonna let you say it. Is it the event? Yeah. So I'm gonna let you go. So that's what I'm excited for. I'm excited for that. Yeah. What are you excited for next year?
I mean, we kind of just said it. I'm excited for our next event. Yeah. We haven't had an event since 2019, December 5th, 2019.
It was a Thursday.
That was the last time. It was a Thursday. I hate that it was a Thursday, but we had no other choice.
I think that was
we had no other choice.
Because of like work schedules and stuff like that.
Not only that, I think the booking was already the venue was already booked. Yeah.
I think so.
But we are working, or we're going to start working towards a new event. Very exciting. Yep. I want to make it big. We just talked to one of our team members about this. Mm-hmm. And I want to make it big. I want more. I just want more of everything we had in the first one. If you didn't go to the first one, you missed out. I'm sorry. Yeah. It is what it is.
I want to recreate essentially the feeling of the first one because the first one was so cool.
It felt right. It felt good. Really cool. It felt hella good.
It felt really immersive. It felt really like collaborative. It felt really good. Mm-hmm. And
I'm proud of us for doing that.
Yeah. Cheers, bro.
I'm proud of us. Hey. Because that was... It was stressful. It was expensive.
You know that, like, the reason why we had that first one was because of you, right?
We talked about this.
But they don't know that.
Yeah, I mean, I made things happen. Yeah. I'm just kidding.
Things happen. Yeah. That boy Berto, or Robin, whatever you want to call him. We had dropped 5 songs. 5 songs. One of them was an EP. So really, we only dropped 2 times, right? The EP and then that one single.
That EP was 15 minutes. Well, you need to clarify that.
It was 8 minutes. Oh, fuck. It was 8 minutes long. Anyways, so we had dropped an 8-minute long EP, and we dropped 1 song single after that. And I remember, like, after that, you were like, let's put together an event. Like, let's perform. Let's throw a concert. Essentially, is what you said. Terrible. And I remember I looked at you. I was like, "Are you sure? Can we do this?" And you were like, "Yeah, bro, we can do this." And I was like, "All right." So we spent like 3 months putting together an event, and I remember like pushing out other songs so that we can have enough to like perform. But other than that, bro, like that experience in and of itself was so fun.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
Yeah, no, that's crazy, bro.
That's crazy, terrible, man. Hey, bro. You're so crazy.
If I could go back and talk to 2019,
I'll tell you, hey, hold your horses,
what are you
bro.
thinking,
like, what's
bro?
wrong with you?
5 songs?
5 songs.
Terrible, bro. That's not even a set, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. But we did gain a lot of experience.
We did. That was fun.
It was fun. Yeah. It was so nerve-wracking. I was so nervous before touching that stage. First time I touched a stage in like, I think it was like 3 years. Wow. Yeah. And even then, the first time I touched it, like, it was different. Crazy experience. But we did gain a lot from it. We learned a lot. Yeah. We've made a lot of mistakes, man. Yeah. But it's helped.
Again, right? We made a lot of mistakes, but that's helped us become who we are. We know now that those were mistakes, and we know that we could try to avoid it now and do things differently.
And that's something I want to do with you know, a bunch of like the newer artists that hopefully we get to work with.
Yeah.
That hopefully join 4am. I want to help more artists grow.
Yeah.
And develop.
Yeah.
And, you know, I hope that whoever's watching, if they're artists, they reach out to us and, you know, they ask us like, how did you do this? Or how was it doing this? XYZ. There's so much I feel like we have to offer.
Yeah.
I feel like we're entering a stage where we're not rookies anymore.
I don't think so.
No.
Definitely
we're not veterans.
I don't think we're veterans, right? You're right.
Yeah, we're, what do you call the middle? I don't know. What's the proper word for that? What do you call someone that's not a rookie, not a veteran?
Is an amateur less than a rookie, or is that the same level?
Amateur sounds like rookie, huh?
Okay.
I don't like how it feels. I don't want to be
professional. No. Because I'm trying to think of games that ask you what level you at.
We're not noobs.
We're above rookies, below veterans, below professionals.
We're alright.
We're alright. Hey, we're alright, man.
Look, we're alright.
Look, man, look. In terms of up and coming artists, we are.
We're not that bad.
We're not like super like starting off.
Yeah.
We've gone through our fair share of moments and experiences that we needed to learn as amateurs and rookies, or whatever you want to call it. So we're a little bit above that in that sense. Obviously, a lot to learn. We still have so much to learn.
A whole bunch.
Yeah, we're not.
It's constantly.
We're nowhere near where we want to be,
bro.
But we can see us being in a position where we can look at someone else and say, okay, I can help you in this because I've been through that. I know what you're going through. I know what you feel. And I can help you. So I feel like that's what the position that we're in right now. Like, we understand. We've gone through certain things, sounds, experiences, views, how we look, and we can just be like, okay, I know what you're going through. I'll help you. I can help you. Like, I get it. Yeah. So I think that's where we're at.
Yeah, definitely. So reach out, let us know. Yeah. Just to wrap things up. Yeah. 4am's headed in a new direction. New era. Yeah. New era for 4am. We're both excited. More collaborations, more music, more videos, more content. I'm excited. You're excited. Hopefully the fans are excited. Yeah. At one point, you know what? Maybe we'll make a Spanish episode. I know we've catered this whole thing for our English speaking folks, but we do recognize that, you know, we have a lot of fans in Latin America. Yeah. And you know, at one point we show a little love.
You think we could do the whole thing in Spanish?
No.
Like, let's be honest, right? We're not the best Spanish speakers. I think we're decent. I think we can hold a conversation.
We could probably sell cell phones.
Exactly. Okay.
That's funny.
We did sell cell phones.
We used to work at AT&T.
Both of us. Anyways, I think we can hold a conversation. I think we could do that. But to have like a whole episode where we're just talking to each other in Spanish.
I want to have Cookie here.
I've never. I do too.
And that's going to be a Spanish episode.
That's true. I've never had a conversation with just you in Spanish.
We could. Sometimes I go on trips with my girl. And there will be days. Yeah. Where I'll be like, we're talking nothing but Spanish. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Even that's it. We're speaking nothing but Spanish. Yeah. For the next 2 hours. We'll do it. Yeah? Yeah. Oh, shit. Bro, because it's like...
Talk to me in Spanish right now.
It feels weird because
I can't do it. I can't do it.
We haven't been doing it.
Yeah, sure.
Hola.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
What do you want me to do, bro? It's just not natural right now.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway. But when that episode comes,
you know, you're right.
People will appreciate it.
Do want to have Cookie on here.
Yeah, bro.
Cookie's been a really a really great friend.
Oh, bro.
And he's always
super insightful.
Super insightful. He gives us tips and helps us a lot. And I feel like he's overall just been really supportive of us.
I hope he hears this.
Hey, man.
What's up, Cookie?
We love you, bro.
Yeah. I want to have more guests on here. That's another thing I want to do. Yeah. You probably won't be here. You probably will join us through Zoom somehow.
Honestly, we have to figure that out.
This might change. I mean, this isn't our permanent setup. This is the first episode.
First episode of season 2.
Yeah, season 2. That sounds like we're like a reality show.
Yeah.
We fucked up the pilot.
we did. They don't know that.
Well, now they
don't know that because we've done this shit like 3 times.
It's okay. Look, man.
Whatever, man.
Look, it was a good episode.
It was a good episode.
Here's to the new era.
Yes, sir.
New beginnings.
Yes, sir.
There's only so many beginnings we could say, though, bro. At one point, we gotta stop saying it's just the beginning.
It's not the beginning no more. Is this what we're calling it?
Yeah, we're calling it here.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. If you've tuned in, we're gonna try to continue to do stuff like this, and I don't know, but yeah.
Last cheers.
Last cheers.
My camera died, so
his camera died, so he can't really
see my cup.
You can't really see him, but you can see a little higher. There you go.
Right
Boom.
there?
Check it
All right,
out.
cool.
Cheers, buddy.
All right, bro.
Later.